Hello, this is Tola from Trifold Productions with another Blender quick tip. And in this quick tip, I'm going to showcase an add-on that I showcased a while back called the Alt-Tab Fog add-on. This is the latest version, which is version 2, which is like night and day from the first version. This version is a lot more polished and has a lot more features to it. Obviously, it's not a free add-on, you have to pay for it, but for the price, it's not too bad. I'll leave a link of it below the video so you can check it out yourselves and download it. But when you go to the Blender Market page, let's open that up. The price varies. For just a free demo, it's obviously no dollars. And you get 2 procedural volume presets, 2 explosions, 2 clouds, and 2 smoke presets. So you can actually download this version of it if you want to and give it a walkthrough. And then for the full version of it, it's $12 for personal license. For commercial license, it's $24, indie license, $100. And for a studio license, it's $250. So you can download the demo version and try it out, and you won't be disappointed by the results because works great. As for Blender 3.6 all the way to 4.2, I'm using 4.1 version of Blender myself. There's a few things you can keep in mind if you want to download and use this add-on. Is that 1, you have to have enough space on your internal hard drive to use it because it's a very big add-on. It's about, so let's scroll down here to see the price or the size of the add-on. For the zip file, it's 47 gigabytes. And then for the animated presets, that's another like 45 gigabytes. So it's about 48. Let's round up to 100 gigabytes, which is pretty large for an add-on, but it does quite a bit. And the second thing you want to keep in mind is the graphics card. Just make sure that your graphics card is strong enough to handle the files that the add-on comes with. Now let's go into Blender, and the installation is still the same. It works in Eevee and cycles. Eevee is kind of iffy when it comes to some of the results. Cycles is the best choice when it comes to the simulations and all the static cloud renders and smoke renders for the add-on. That's the best choice, is cycles. But go to Edit, Preferences. Let me close this up. Click on Install. Navigate to where you've downloaded it onto your system. Click on that zip file. Click on Install Add-on. And then it's right up here. It should be here. Just put check in the box and activate it. And then when you open it up, you'll see it has some other things in there: YouTube, Discord, and Blender Market. And you'll have to click on that button to download the animated versions of the presets. Once you click on that button, it'll open it up to this website here. And with this website, there'll be an agreement that you'll have to click on it. It'll have a list of, not like a list, but just like a note saying, hey, do you agree to our terms of service and things like that. So just click on it. All this is a file sharing site that they use for that aspect of the add-on. And once you click on that, it'll take you to the download page, which is this. So click on Download Add-on. And this is about 45 gigabytes. This took quite a while to download. It took me probably like 8 hours to download this. But once that's been downloaded into Blender, it's ready to use. It's going to download 8 explosions simulated, 8 smoke simulations, and 7 fire simulations, and you're ready to go. And it's on the right hand side of the UI, which is right here. It has 2 options, which would be volumes, and VDBs, which would be the explosions and the fires and things like that. So when you click on volumes, it brings up a thumbnail. Click on that thumbnail, you have all these other options here of different kinds of fog and smoke simulations. If you scroll down some more, you'll see you have more variety, more clouds here, fog planes, tornadoes, things like that. You've got all these colored smoke particles here. And this is pretty much like for product placement or advertisements, things like that. Now, when you see a purple play button here, that means that this is animated. So if you pull this into your scene, you press play, you'll see it start to move and things like that. When we go to the VDBs, click on that, and we click on that explosion there. It's got different kinds of explosions, smoke simulations, clouds, and things of that nature. And when you see an orange play button, the same thing. It means that these are animated. So you pull this into your scene, press play. It'll cause the simulation to happen. If you see a ring, let's go down further. This has got a lot. If you see a ring like this, that means it's just on like repeat. It'll be in a continuous loop on your play line. That's all that means. But let's see what this add-on has offered in terms of the volumetrics here. So let's delete our cube here, and we're going to change our viewport to cycles, CPU to GPU because I've got a strong computer, and the maximum samples for my viewport when it comes to the viewport rendering, put that at 128, enter. And I'm going to change the appearance of the viewport here. Click on that icon. Give it some time to, okay, I guess it's already populated because there's nothing in the scene. And let's go to volumes here. And we're going to let's click on ground fog 6 and click on fog it up. And there's our fog. Now the thing with the fog is that it's dependent on the light source inside of Blender. Right now our light is just a point light up here. Let's turn this into a sun. So we're going to click on the lights in our editor outliner here. Click on light. And then we're going to go to this bulb icon, left click on that. And right now it's at point. Let's turn this to sun. And it's lit up the fog there, but this is kind of too much. Let's put this down to like 100. 1, 2, enter. Or 50, 5, 0, enter. That's still a little bit too bright. Let's put it on 10. Enter. That looks a little bit more realistic. And we're going to change, I'm going to change the color of the sun from white to like blue, because the fog does interact with the lights in terms of whatever color you change your light source to, it's going to affect the fog. But let's click on our cube, and we have all these options here. We can change the density, make it thicker, bump it up to like 100. That increases the density of our fog there. The density distribution, we can change, you can move these sliders around to increase the volume of it, or the distribution, which is pretty cool. We can change the color. If we click on that arrow, it gives us a drop down menu. Right now it's white. It looks a little bluish because we turned our light source here to like a sky blue color. But we can change the color of the fog itself, and this applies to all the fog simulation and fog static fog that the add-on uses. So when we scroll down, it's white now. We can click on that, turn it to red. That's pretty cool. Turn it to green. Now we can change the absorption, because if you look on the sides of our cube panel here, the absorption is blue. You can change this to red. It affects it. See, this is why this add-on I think is really, really nice, because you can change it. It's so customizable. You can change it to whatever colors you want, and it gives off these really cool looking effects. Now the noise texture, you can also change that to change the seed. Once again, seed in Blender means randomization. You can increase the scale of your textures, the detail of it, so on and so forth, the roughness. The mapping too, you can change all that. And this is how all the presets are, all the parameters are, inside of the add-on for all the fog simulations. But let's check out the ones that are animated and see how those look. Let me start a new scene, file, new, general, don't save. Let's get rid of this cube here. And we're going to set the scene up again. I always start like a new scene, because sometimes with the add-ons, if you kind of start populating your scene back to back with different presets or simulations or models, sometimes it makes Blender act kind of weird. It starts malfunctioning, so I just start with a clean slate all the time. That always works best. My sample's 128, enter. And let me open up that add-on one more time. Let me scroll down. Okay. And let's go check out the VDBs and left click on that. Let's check out, it has a lot to offer in terms of the VDBs. Let's check out an explosion here. Let me click on that one and fog it up. Might take a little bit of time. Now, right now, as you look into your scene, you don't see anything. Let's change our light source, make it a little bit brighter. Once again, a sun, make it 10. That's good. And right now, you don't see anything in the scene. That's because the explosion hasn't happened yet. When we press play, there we go. Look at that. And this is not even in the rendered version of it. Let's go to our rendered. Let's change our viewport to cycles rendering. Left click on that. And there we go. There's our smoke there. And once again, it's got all the presets here for the density. You can make that greater, make it more or less. Smoke. Right now, it's just a smoke cloud. You can change the smoke color. Right now, it's gray. Let's left click in the view on our slider here. Or is it right there? Do we click there? Where do we click? There we go. Click in this portion of it. Left click on that. You can turn this to blue, green, same thing, same concept, any color you want. Fire settings, you can change that too. So this comes with a lot of options in terms of customizing it and so on and so forth. And when it comes to rendering it out, so to speak, not so to speak, when it comes to rendering out the explosions and the simulations, when it comes to tornadoes and clouds, it renders fairly fast. For myself, like I said before, when I made tornadoes, I don't know if I've mentioned it in this tutorial, but I've made a tornado from scratch before, and it took a long time for that to render out. Let me open up a new scene here, and let's pull in a tornado. Delete that. Go back to the add-on once again, and volumes. Left click on that. And let's scroll to tornadoes. This tornadoes right here. Left click on that, fog it up, and then press play. Right now you still don't say anything because it's not in the right viewport. Let me go back, set up my scene once again. Cycles, GPU 128, enter. Then change that to cycles viewing, and there's our tornado. Now, like I said before, when I've built a tornado from scratch before, and it was pretty much something else to build from scratch. And the second thing is, when it came to rendering out the tornado, it took about probably 12 minutes to render out the tornado. I rendered this out. This is a full-fledged tornado. I rendered this out just to give it a test run. It took 2 minutes. And this is a full functioning tornado. When we press play, you can see it's moving. And and this is in cycles viewport. There's no lag in it. You know, it's taking a little bit of time when it comes to the graininess to repopulate the frames. But besides that, this is running very, very fast for a volumetric tornado. So the guys who created this add-on did an excellent job in making these presets for use. So this is something else. This renders out fairly fast. 2 minutes to render this out, no problem. So yeah, this is the new and improved Alt-Tab Fog 2 add-on. Works great. For the price, it's exceptional when it comes to the price, because something like this would cost more than just $12 for personal use. So yeah, download it yourselves and check it out. And once again, hopefully this was helpful for those of you who have watched the tutorial. Remember to like and subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, adios.